Taurus, thanks for visiting. This is your reading from March 11th to March the 17th. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to. I don't mind. You do whatever you like. I don't mind if you don't. I'm going to start your reading right now for Taurus. I'm not going to say any more than that. The first card you have for your past is the Star. So this is a really positive card, and I think you had a lot of very, very strong intuition at this time. I am getting a heavy feeling around this, and I think that might be what your intuition was picking up on. This is a very positive card. This is something that came to light, and I think your really strong instincts and your intuition were picking up on this thing before it actually came to light. So you kind of knew this for a long, long, long time. You kind of felt this around this person. I think there was someone who was quite close to you, and you were kind of, I think this might have been a friend or an ex-friend maybe, and I think you thought you were close to this person. I think that's what it was. You thought you were close to them, and then your instincts really kicked in, and then something felt wrong, I think. It was more than just a feeling. I think your instincts were almost overwhelming you, if that makes sense. And then this happened for quite a while, and then you decided to just separate yourself from this person. And then after you did all of that, that all came to light. Something all came to light. It might have been some evidence that came out about this person. It might have been things that everyone heard, but it was very obvious. It was something that everyone heard, everyone understood, everyone knew. There was no hiding from this. Now, I think this person had a core group of people who were supporting them. They did something quite bad, actually, and they had this core group who was supporting them, and I think they probably always support them no matter what happens. But there are also some people who didn't support them. There were a lot of people who had to get away from them, had to distance themselves from this person. And I think, yeah, I think when you're around this person, after a while, you kind of realize that you felt not physically unsafe, but emotionally unsafe around them, if that makes sense. So I think, you know, a lot of people, you're kind of worried about people believing you. And so I don't know whether you said anything to anyone else or not about your instincts, but you got away from them, and then it came to light. And I think, you know, this is really proof to you that your instincts are so, so, so strong, and you always need to follow them. You should never ignore them. And I think next time something like that comes up, your instincts will be even stronger, and you'll just say, right, I'm getting away from this person. It's that kind of thing I'm getting around that. So the next card you have your past is the Three of Cups. So, yeah, I think you had a strong group of people around you. This was a small group, and you trusted this group of people. And I think these people might have been helping you through all of what happened in the Star card. That I mean, when this kind of thing comes out, even though your instincts were telling you that, when the evidence does come out, and when the hard evidence and everything all happens and it all comes to light, it's still a lot to take in. It's still very stressful for you. It still brings up a lot of really difficult emotions in you. And I think that was what was happening after that time. And so you had these people around you. They were supporting you. You also wanted to be by yourself quite a bit at this time. I don't think you wanted to isolate yourself, but I think you just had to kind of get some time out to yourself, just to kind of get yourself back together again for a while, because like, this really affected you. And but yeah, I'm seeing this small group of people, and I don't know if they were around you. I think you might have even been talking to them online or messaging them or something like that. And because I think they were really good to be around you, actually, because I don't think there were many people around you, especially around where you live, who truly understand you. I think you have a very different way of thinking from a lot of people who are physically around you. And I think that goes right back to your family, actually. I think a lot of family members didn't quite understand you either. And maybe that's why when you had these instincts, you weren't kind of telling anyone about them. It was like, oh, I don't think anyone will believe me, no one will listen to me, that kind of thing. But you know, they were true. They always are true. Your instincts always are true. They always have been, they always will be. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, I think you had this group, and you're texting or messaging or whatever, or you're talking online in some way, I think. And it was like you were able to rest on them. You felt as if you were safe around these people. It's a really nice feeling, and you really needed to feel that safety around people, because you didn't get to see that very often. Obviously, this other person who you felt close to, it really kind of shook your faith in who you would trust and who you wouldn't. But the only way to really know that is to follow your instincts. So, I mean, that's what you did. I mean, I won't say any more about that. It's not really making sense. But yeah, I think hold on to this group of people. I think they're people who are really, really good for you to be around. Anyone that gives you that safe feeling is a really good person to have around you. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that your work or your business might have been going quite well for you at this time. You do have a really strong work ethic, and I think you just keep going and going regardless of what else is happening around you. That's a huge strength of yours. And I think when all this was going on and all coming to light and all these problems and everything, you kept on working. You kept on working, and you do that when things go wrong in your life. It makes you push even more. You have this kind of "they're not going to stop me" kind of mentality, and it's really it's really made you push forward, and it's made you do really well in this. I think you've done really well financially because of that, and yeah, there's an abundance in this card, so all of that was paying off for you. So that was a really good thing anyway. So the last card you have your past is the Six of Swords. So yeah, again, I'm seeing a lot of people got away from this person in the Star card. This person who turned out to be very untrustworthy. Again, there's a core group that stayed, but there are a lot of people who left, and they were really affected by this. If you look at this boat, this woman and this child's trying to get away. They're getting away from everything. They're moving on, but they've got a lot of swords in front of them, so they're still hurt. Even though they moved on, they were very hurt. This person left a lot of people quite hurt. And I think this person who's hurt all these people, they're going to end up feeling a bit isolated, or being a bit isolated by themselves for a while. Apart from this core group who's always going to stand by them, I think they're going to be isolated. And I think what might happen with them is that they might actually move on and start again somewhere else, because I think that's what they do. They move on and start again. They kind of cause a whole lot of problems wherever they are. They go to a whole new place. They might even go to a new country, or they go to a new city or something, and they start all over again, and they create problems all over again. Then everything goes crazy, and then they leave again. That's the kind of pattern I see. Now, it might happen again a couple of times after this, but they will eventually learn. They will eventually learn. It might take them some time, but yeah, I'm just feeling all this hurt they left behind. I really am. I'm really feeling this hurt they left behind. So yeah, the first card you have for your present is the Five of Pentacles, yes. So yeah, this is them. This is what's going to happen. They're going to have some isolation from a lot of people, and this is self-inflicted isolation. It's their fault. They've brought it on themselves. That's what I'm seeing. And I am seeing a great big fall. I know that sounds dramatic, but I think they were right up there in the sky. They kind of felt as if they're invincible, and they could do whatever they could do and act however they wanted and whatever, and it didn't matter about anyone else. And then there was a great big fall when this all came to light. And when they fell, not many people were willing to help them when they did fall, apart from this kind of core group. I know that sounds a bit dark and negative and whatever, but this is what I'm feeling, and this is what I'm seeing. It's like that saying, pride comes before a fall. That's what I'm seeing in this. But they're going to pick themselves up again. They're probably going to move on. They'll probably still have this core group around them, but this is affecting them. If you're thinking they're walking around laughing, they're not. This is really affecting them. It's affecting their reputation. It might be affecting their job or their ability to earn money, because I think a lot of, they might have had some kind of business that relied on word of mouth and all of that kind of thing. So maybe they've lost a lot of their reputation. They're really suffering in a lot of areas in their lives. Now, to the world, they're not going to show that. They're not that kind of person. So, but this is how they're feeling behind the scenes. That's what I'm seeing there. And I really hope they learn before they do any more damage and move on to the next people. That's what I really hope. So the next card you have for your present is Death. So yes, you're moving on from this yourself, which is a really good thing to hear. I'm glad you are, because it was really affecting you, was affecting a lot of people. I think you're absolutely doing the right thing for moving on to them. And I say that because I think there might be, I don't know whether this is this core group of people around them or someone else. They might be trying to encourage you to talk to them, or, you know, they might be saying to you, oh, poor, whatever their name is, poor person, can you please help them? They're all by themselves. You used to be their friend. And I think for your own emotional health, I don't think you're going to do that. I don't think you're going to even want to see them. You know all of what they're like, and there's no way that you're going to get trapped back into that horrible kind of web again. Yeah, you need to move right away from all this heaviness, and that's what you're doing. And yeah, definitely don't let anyone convince you to override your instincts again. Your instincts are telling you once again, no, I've got to move on, I've got to move on. You are right. You're absolutely right. 100%. You can see what these people can't see. Look at the watchtowers. Now, there are watchtowers in the Death card right next to the horse's head, and you can see everything when you're in the top of the watchtower. It's like you can see all the view, everything that's happening. You know all of what they're like, you know everything about them, and there is no way that you're going to go back, because you can see everything. That's what I'm seeing in that card. The next card you have for your present, or the last card you have for your present, is the Moon. So yeah, again, here are these watchtowers. You can see everything, you know everything. And you knew that before everyone else knew, because your instincts were telling you that. That's what I'm seeing in the Star card. I'm seeing in this card that you might be helping someone, and this person that you're helping might have had something to do with this whole thing, because I was seeing a whole lot of people who were really hurt by them, tried to move on from them. And I think there is one specific person who really, really, really needs help around this. This is the person who you're spending your energy on, not the person who's done the harm. You're spending your energy on helping a victim, and this is going to really help them, and it's going to help you as well. You're helping yourself by helping them. That's what I'm seeing. And yeah, they're coming out of the dark water like this lobster. You're lifting them out, you're guiding them, they're going up this path. And I think you have a really kind way about you, and you have a really down-to-earth way about you as well. You're not all do this, do that in the down-to-earth way, but you're not all, oh, you're okay, pat you on the head, oh, your feelings, you're not either one, you're not either extreme. You have a really nice balance of the two things, and I think that's what is really going to help this person. And I think they're going to need a lot more of your help, because I think they might be suffering emotionally, not really seeing things as they really are. I think this person really might have really hurt them quite a lot, and they're kind of a little bit deluded. They might still want to hold on to something of theirs. I'm seeing that, and they've really got the wrong idea. So I think you're going to have to keep on talking to this person a few times, keep on trying to convince with them, be patient with them, keep on working with them. Don't be frustrated, don't be angry, and don't start barking at them like this dog and this wolf. Be very, very gentle with them, and eventually they'll come out and they'll move up. They'll move up. I think they might even go through a phase where they get really angry with you and they distance themselves from you. But then they will come back. They'll understand exactly why you were advising certain things, and I think they'll probably apologize as well when they come back again. So if you are going through this, because I know this is in the present, if you are going through this with this person that you're trying to help and then they get really angry and walk off, don't worry, it's not the end. They'll come back, and they'll apologize, I think, and then you'll be really good friends again. I think you'll get back together, and I think you'll be even stronger with this friend. I really do. You're really going to bond through this whole thing. So the first card you have for your future is the Six of Cups. Yeah, I'm seeing reunions in this card. That's what this card can be about. And I'm seeing it quite literally. This is a really positive card. It feels really positive. It's springtime, it's happiness, gifts, all of that kind of thing. And I'm really glad you have this positivity coming up for you. I think you really, really deserve this, actually. You're not going to, don't worry, you're not going to reunite with this horrible person in the Star card. Please don't worry about that. You're definitely moving on from them, because you have the Death card, and the Death card's final. There's no going back from that. So you've moved on. You're not going back. Absolutely not. I think you might be going to some kind of event or some kind of thing where you're going to be back together with your family. And I think you're going to be with a lot of different people. I think there might be some friends of the family that you haven't seen for a long time, and you're going to meet up with some of these people. Now, I think one of these people, if you're a single person, you might be introduced to someone, and I think this might be someone who was a friend of the family or something, or someone you've grown up with, but you've kind of been separated from them for a long time. Not for any reason, you didn't fall out with them, it just happened like that. And I think you might meet this person, and I think you're going to really get along with them. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to be friends, and you're either going to remain as really good friends for a long time after that, because you're really going to get along. You really have a lot in common, and you just feel really relaxed with this person, really at ease around them, and they're going to feel that way around you as well. And I just think you're going to be really good friends. Now, this could eventually turn into love if you're single. It might not. I'm not seeing whether it will or it won't, but it will definitely be a friendship, and a very close one. And I think this person's really helpful. I'm seeing them helping you in practical ways as well. They might move things for you or carry things or something like that as well. I'm seeing them doing that. I'm seeing this person lifting things for you or helping you in practical ways. They're a very kind person. So, you know, if you are single and if you are looking for someone and you're invited to some kind of reunion like this, say yes. Definitely say yes. It's going to take you out of all of this old darkness that you're in around this, you know, old energy. You're really moving on, and this is going to give you a whole new positive thing to think about. The next card you have for your future is Temperance. Yeah, I think this might turn into love for you. This is gradual. It has that potential, definitely. You know, this is both new and old. So again, this is someone who you used to know, who comes back again, and you just feel really comfortable with them. You just blend in with them, like this angel's blending, and yeah, and you connect, and you're really balanced. You balance each other out, and you just feel right with them. I think this might slowly turn into love. It's going to happen very slowly. It's going to gradually move up into passion with these beautiful red wings on this angel. So yeah, alchemy can also be about, you know, this can be about alchemy, and alchemy can be about you know, turning one thing into another thing, turning a not so good thing into a better thing, a situation or a thing or whatever. So what's happened is you've been through all this stress, then you go to this thing, and what comes out of all of that is something very positive, which is what I'm seeing here. And also in that friend in the moon card, I think, you know, you're going to have some very positive friendships and a possible romance out of that, or love, or whatever relationship. And it's going to come out of that bad time. So it's like this renewal. It's really nice. So yeah, the last card you have for your future is the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, here's this person again. I'm seeing the Six of Cups. And you are going to be messaging quite a lot. I'm seeing lots of text messages going backwards and forwards. It's not always going to be that easy for the two of you to communicate properly. Not because I'm seeing communication problems or they're not talking to you or whatever. I'm not seeing that. This is just practical. This is about, you work hard and they work hard as well. And so you're just going to be a little bit frustrated because I think you're not going to be able to get hold of them all of the time. And it's going to be the same for them as well. You're both just busy, that's all it is, just a practical thing. And I think there might be an earth sign as well, because I'm seeing you both as these coins kind of circling around each other but not connecting, struggling to connect properly, kind of going around and around in circles. You will connect, but it's just going to be a bit difficult because you're just very, very busy, or you're going to be very busy. And yeah, I think your future looks a lot better than your past, definitely. And you have a long future with this person. If this does turn into a relationship, it is going to be a long-term relationship because you've got this infinity symbol in that as well. You've had a lot of clashes in your past because look at these, I don't know if you can see it, there's these two ships kind of crashing in the background, but they're behind the man, and what's in front of him is positivity. It even looks like there's a beach in the front of that, which to me is positive. So Taurus, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single person, but again, if you like this reading, please please subscribe, please leave a comment if you'd like to, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.